You guys know I've been playing tons of games this year, including tons of awesome free-to-play games, some high-quality AAA games, as well as some indie titles. But hands down, one of the most satisfying games that I've played this year so far has to be the game called Teardown. So today we're gonna talk all about it. You probably already heard about this game. It's an extremely unique sandbox-style, destruction-based simulation style of a game where you can simply destroy absolutely everything that you see in the game. The game was initially released back in 2020 for the PC, but very recently they announced the console version. The game is right now available on both PlayStation 5 as well as Xbox Series S and X. Jump into the game for the first time, it's quite important to get used to all the gameplay mechanics, and the game generally does a pretty good job of providing that with the initial tutorial and the opening few missions of the game. But as the name suggests guys, the real fun of Teardown comes from the destruction mechanics of the game, which is surprisingly detailed and very impressive. And you can simply use the basic knowledge of physics to tear down houses and different structures, which is definitely the most satisfying part of this game once you get the hang of all the gameplay mechanics. And you also got access to a wide range of different tools, from sledgehammers to shotguns to blowtorches, and you can also use different items that are lying around in the environment like propane tanks, or you can use different vehicles like boats, cranes and bulldozers, which is pretty cool in my opinion. The game presents you with a nice single player campaign which gives you a nice introduction with initial few levels, but after that the difficulty of the levels will increase significantly with the introduction of different mission types like heists. And these missions varied from stealing number of valuables, hack certain number of circuits, or maybe steal bunch of cars, and yeah, you get the idea. And most of these missions you have to complete during a certain time period, and you also have to escape during that time before the police helicopter arrive, which is definitely going to be challenging in certain levels. For an example, let's say you have to steal bunch of valuables in a mission. The first thing that you steal will trigger an alarm, and after that you only have like 60 seconds to complete all the objectives and make it to your escape point before the time run out. And because of that guys, some of these levels need tons of careful planning and experiments to pull off the heist successfully, and you need to do tons of preparation. And in some of these levels it took me more than an hour to at least plan for the heist, because most of the objectives are usually spread far from each other. So sometimes you need to strategically place a vehicle, or sometimes you have to break a wall in a certain way so you can easily reach the objective. So the possibilities and the number of approaches that you can take to complete the objectives is pretty much endless with this game, and it is definitely one of the most impressive features of this game. Because of that, the replayability value is pretty high in pretty much every mission. Most of the campaign missions are pretty straightforward, and after each successful completion you will get cash which you can use to upgrade your gear and tools. The single player campaign is actually not that long, but the total playtime is depending on the person. I would say it took me like 20 hours to complete the game. But if you feel like the missions are a bit difficult with the time limit, there are a bunch of gameplay accessibility features that you can enable. And if you feel like you don't want to go by the rules, the game does support official mod pack which you can enable in game. For an example, you will get abilities like rocket boost, more powerful tools like miniguns and laser guns, or you can also enable nitro boost for your vehicle so you can move around quickly, or you can get an incredibly powerful machine gun so you can absolutely destroy every building that you see. So these mods definitely makes the game even more fun in my opinion. And once you're done with the campaign, there is a separate challenges that you can complete for high scores, and there is also a separate sandbox mode where you can simply jump in and destroy absolutely everything, or just having fun driving race cars, or just play around with the physics. The choice is yours. The one simple issue that I had with the game, especially because I'm playing on a console, the tools interface overall is difficult to navigate, especially because you're on a controller. You have to just press up and down button to get to the next one, which is not a game breaking issue, but it's definitely time consuming. Overall guys, I'm super impressed with the game. I can definitely recommend this game for someone who really enjoys this type of sandbox style games, and definitely one of the most unique and satisfying experiences that you can have right now. And finally, this is not a sponsored video by any means guys, but if you want to check out the game, if you're interested, go ahead and check out the link down below. The game both available on PC as well as on consoles. So as always guys, if you enjoyed the content so far, please go ahead and drop a like on the video and also subscribe, and stay tuned for more content like this. I'll catch you guys soon in my next video. Stay safe.